Alright guys, Ben Parker here with my 2016 elk hunt, late November, northern Arizona. A little worried about this hunt. The weather was really warm, low 70s, high 60s moving up to the hunt. Didn't see a lot of movement like we have in the years past, but we did capture some really great animals on camera. So keep watching. We're going to show you some of the weeks moving up to the hunt, and then we'll move to the hunt in just a few seconds. Everything up, get it in the backpack and hike out towards the mountains you see there behind me. Try to get up in there in a good glass spot, maybe take a nap and be there for the afternoon glassing. We'll see what happens. So as you can see there, we hit 4 or 5 different spots. We still weren't seeing a lot of elk. Like I said, it was really warm for the time of year, high 60s, low 70s during the day, so there wasn't a lot of movement, especially these big bulls that move down. Once it gets colder, they get pushed down to the lower lands where we were. We did find a really great spot to camp out for our base camp. It was a little more remote, further in, but we were really looking forward to it. The weather was supposed to be dropping, so we were just packing our packs, getting ready for a 2 or 3 day hike in and setting up base camp, see what we could find. Morning of the hunt, me and Darren decided to head up north, up on top of the mountains so we could glass towards the east. David and Royce, they headed the other direction, a little bit lower, so they could catch the valley behind us. We got up there, we seen 4 or 5 bull elk just getting up from bed. They were still a little over 2,000 yards away, so we're kind of making a plan. Are we going to try to move in a little closer on them? Are we just going to watch them for the day? Maybe be there in the morning at a shooting distance so we can get them right away, first light the next day. Then we got a call over the radio. Dave and Royce, they had a couple of them down a little bit lower, closer to camp. They were watching them. Definitely a little bit older of a bull, but really great shooter and exactly what we were looking for. So we packed everything up. We started heading back towards the base camp to meet up with these guys so we could try to get them and get set up and see what would happen. Alright guys, we're out here opening morning of the elk hunt. The sun hasn't quite come over the mountain yet, but it's getting ready to. We have 4 bulls about 2,000 yards away, directly east of us. We're going to kind of glass around for a while. The other scouting team has another bull they're moving in on right now. Get a little better look at him, see if he's worth moving down and taking a look at. So we're going to continue to glass. Like I said, we have a couple bulls in sight, so it's looking good for the morning. We'll keep you guys on camera here and see if we can get a good shot for you today. We'll see you. You know what, Darren? Both of those upper ones are bulls. So it came to the morning of the hunt. 2 days before the hunt, the temperatures just dropped down into the 30s. A little too cold for a desert guy like me, but these elk love it. They moved down. We were starting to see a lot bigger bulls and a lot more head of cows, so had our hopes really high on this and was really excited. We found a good base camp pretty deep in, set up base camp where we were prepared to stay for 3 or 4 days, and we made a plan. We were gonna split up. 2 of us were gonna head high on the mountain and glass out towards the east, and a couple of the other guys were gonna head west and glass the other direction. That way we could maybe pick up a couple different herds or a couple different groups of them and raise our chances of getting a really great shot off. We get back down, we meet with David and Royce, we're glassing these elk up, and then we end up actually going right back to our base camp. This side of these hills are so thick with trees, we couldn't get a good shooting spot. We ended up moving down the road just a little further, right where we had our base camp. We had a great line of sight. We were ranging him in. He was right at 870, 860 yards. So we decided this was it. This was our elk. Nice, mature, 5x6, perfect elk that we were looking for. Great shot, great opportunity. So we got the mat out, we got the gun out, and the camera's rolling. And take a look and see what happened. So we got set up. I got the gun all out and on the mat. Ranged him in. 860 yards. He was giving me a really great broadside shot. So dialed in the gun, took a few seconds. As soon as he moved his head, I took my shot.
High about 1.5 feet. He's down. You hit him a little high, but I think you hit him in the spine.
I thought he hit him in the head.
No.
So as you can see, I took the first shot, went right over his back. I had some really great spotters there with me though. With their measurements, took a couple deep breaths. I adjusted with the reticle inside of my scope, adjusted for the minute of angle on him, took a second shot.
He's down.
And as you can see there, the second shot flew right in and just dropped him. Still a few inches higher than I would have liked it to be, but it did what it needed to, put him down. Now it was all about packing up and trying to make our way over to him. We had a huge valley in between us, so we estimated about an hour drive to get around and onto the ridge that he was at. Alright, so we're back over here by the elk. Campsite's over there in that saddle, center of the screen. That's where our spotters are right now. We've made it over to the top of the ridge. We're about, that is about a 65-degree angle straight up. I got Darren here with me. We're about maybe 10 or 15 yards from the elk. The spotters just told us, so we're gonna walk in on him, try to find him. Should be down here to our left. And there it is. So there's our elk. Right here. So we're going to get a good nice Euro mount out of him. Get down here and get a picture of him. Try to lift his head up. There we go. Nice little 5x5. 6x5. A nice little 6x5. Gonna get him whitened and.
Nice, man. Looks good. How many points are on that guy?
He's a 6x5.
Our spotters on the radio.
Nice. We're gonna back up, start driving around.
Copy that. That was our spotters on the radio, so we're gonna shut.
Hey, you know, in case you guys start packing up before we get there, do you guys have a good line of sight to the bike, like your easy pass back?
We're gonna go ahead and get him moved over and try to start getting him cleaned. While they make it to us, probably gonna take them about 45 minutes to get to us. And I mean, we are on a steep hill. I don't know if you. And if you look out right in the saddle, directly out there, you can see a little bit of green. There's our spotters and our base camp. So that's where we shot from, was right there in between those trees.
860 yards or so.
860 yards to this nice little 6x5. Once again, he is on a super steep slope. We got Darren here with me. We're gonna take some pictures and get to work. So me and Darren packed up. We took the side-by-side around. David and Roy sat there and walked us in with the spotting scopes. The hill was extremely steep, a lot steeper than we thought, and it took a lot longer to get to him. It took us a little over 2 hours to find him, but when we got there, like they say, the real work began. Alright guys, first day of the elk hunt up here in Payson. Got us a really nice bull elk, 6x5, 860 yard shot. We got him clean, got him back up here to the bikes. We got about an hour drive to get back to base camp and pack up and try to get out of here tonight, hopefully. We may end up staying another night, but that's okay. Just once again, great day of hunting. I want to thank these guys that I'm with, Darren and David North, Royce. Couldn't have done it without these guys. They know where the animals are up here, and it just wouldn't have been able to be done and this nice of a bull and this nice of a harvest without them. So I want to really truly thank them. Obviously Vortex Optics, Hornady bullets, and QU packs. Can't do it without our gear, and that's what made it comfortable and made it possible. So thanks a lot guys. Our next hunt is going to be some javelina hunts in February, and we might even be able to get some juniors on camera in January, so we'll see what happens. We'll see you then. Thanks. Alright guys, so here it is, a great 5x6, nice mature bull elk. Really happy with what we got this year, really happy with the hunt. First morning, just couldn't be happier. Great hunt. Gotta thank the guys that I'm with, Darren and David North, our great friend Royce. Couldn't have done it without these guys. They are out there every single weekend, watching the movement, watching what these animals are doing, and they know where they're at. Vortex optics, everything that I use is Vortex. My tripods, my spotting scope, my glasses, the scopes on my guns. Really great equipment, really reliable. Happy with everything that they're doing. Thank them for the stuff they're producing. QU backpacks. This is the Icon Pro 7200. I'm able to pack in 4 or 5 days worth of food, clothes, sleeping bag, and tent. Get in, set up base camp, do a 4 or 5 day hunt, and get out of there with all our meat inside these backpacks. Just really great equipment, really reliable, durable, tough stuff. Have everything you need, all the packs, the water bladder. Just couldn't do it without this stuff, and really happy with it. Hornady ELDX 212 grain bullets. They are producing some really consistent stuff. Got a really great load worked up in my Savage 300 Win Mag. Shooting some really great grouping. Happy with their stuff and going to continue to use it. Thanks a lot, guys. We got some javelina hunting coming up. We're going to try to get it on video for you, and we'll see you next time. Have a good time.